Hello, everyone in chat. Hello, Squirrel Horde. Hello, Shiny Zubats. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing tonight?
How is everyone doing today? Kyle, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm mostly all right. A little tired, but I'm
I'm
always a little tired.
I'm mostly all right and so very very tired. Do you know what helps? You know what helps when you're tired?
Taking a nap.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah, when you're
Yeah.
tired you should sleep. Do you know what's making me not sleep?
Playing Elden Ring.
It's Elden Ring. That game
Yeah.
is really good. And I'm playing a lot of it. And also I have a day job. And also I do this. And I feel like, and as the comic Owlturd once pointed out, I feel, was it Owlturd? It's like, I only have so much time in the day, and he's got like work, sleep, and he's got holding video games. It's like, unless, and he's pulling sleep off of the shelf.
One way or another, it's accurate, regardless of who wrote the comic.
It's so true.
I did play quite a bit of Elden Ring today.
I played quite a bit. I played quite a bit of Elden Ring. I still have the Elden Ring point rewards on my side, which Squirrel Horde and Shiny Zubats exploited heavily on Tuesday. Those are still available. I'm going to largely ignore them, but also I encourage you to push those buttons as much as you want. I have buttons over on my stream to basically say keep talking about Elden Ring, ask a question about Elden Ring, or stop talking about Elden Ring. Squirrel Horde has just pushed the button and asked what's up with how about that Elden Ring? It's a good video game.
I'm quite enjoying it. I was mentioning on the Chicago stream on Tuesday that like I feel like I was being a little critical about it, and I mean like I am, but only because I very much love the series, and Elden Ring is a good of that series.
It's good.
Oh. Yeah, I sure do love how some guy in this castle just taped knives to every bird in a mile radius.
Knife birds are great.
Knife birds.
I like the knife birds. You know what? He didn't even tape them. He taped them. Those birds learned how to sword. Those are trained sword birds.
You know, they did, but I'm not convinced that the knives aren't just taped to their feet.
They've got like little talon holsters. They're really well detailed about how they got them all set up on their really cool little on their bird.
So I'm not saying I'm right, but I spent a long time looking at those character models.
Yeah.
And I swear I just saw like haunch straight into knife handle.
It's I like the sword birds. I got a sword bird sword. It's actually really good. It's a really good dex weapon.
Oh, cool. I found a pike and a whip. And the whip is actually surprisingly good in this game.
Yeah, similar with claws, because I always thought claws were super dope, and they were bad in previous Souls games. They're really good here, and I'm having a lot of fun going claw ham.
Claw ham. I also hi Code again. I don't know if I.
Hey Cody. Let's see what else. Yeah. I love the thing where you can just put your L2. You can just change that for a weapon and make it into something else. So I put parry on my ham claws, and I have you know what, I was parrying just fine before, and then you said, man, I've gotten like one successful parry in the entire game, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know what that's about. And then once I put parry on my claws, I haven't gotten a single parry, not one. To the extent that I almost think the parry is broken if it's installed. Because I do the parry animation, but I never parry with the claws. But I can parry with the shield just fine.
Well, I haven't been able to parry with the shield either.
I have been able. I got some good parries on some bosses and early jerk butts. So yeah, parries at least, like regular default parries, shield parries seem to work just fine. But I have. I'll go back and try and like work on riposts with some babby monsters that I know I can parry, and just see what's up. But so far, I just can't get it, and it's weird because boy, do I just want that. I just want, like, okay, do I need to block? Well, put on my sword and shield. Do I want to go fucking rush down nut shit and make everything bleed like a psychopath? Claws. Ham claws.
Also, hi, Kimmy. Glad you could make it.
All right, Kimmy, what's up?
Yeah, So I will say, like, I always have, despite playing lots of Soulsborne games, parrying is always, like, a learning curve thing for me. Like, every time I come back to a Souls game, I need to relearn how to parry.
Hey, I've got a great idea for you, Kyle. How about a game where the parry is the whole point, and all you do is parry? Would you like that? Would you like a game like that? Would you enjoy that?
I did play Sekiro, yes.
I like Sekiro. I can't play Sekiro. I never finished it. I'm sad. I'm sad that the monster I quit on was the coolest FromSoft boss I think I've ever seen. Which
was a pretty cool boss.
The Guardian Ape.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guardian Ape, I'm trying to think if that was the coolest one, because there's been some cool motherfuckers. Guardian Ape was really, really, really cool. And
I'm not sure I agree that he was the coolest, but I'll be damned if it didn't, like, they timed the fake out on that thing just right.
They timed the fake out exactly the amount of time it took me to doubt it.
Yep.
It's like, I knew it was a lie. I knew in my heart it was a lie. I'm watching. Okay, the Sekiro spoilers, really quick. Just gonna give you a 5 count.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, so there's this boss called the Guardian Ape. This big old gorilla, giant, like 25-foot tall gorilla. He's a big boy, and he is leaping around, jumping around. Fable Raw's raiding. And
thank you, Fable.
Hey, Fable, how's it going? So Guardian Ape is just like, you know, he's jumping between bamboo. He's jumping around, smacking you around, throwing poop at you, but big poop. And you're the grapple ninja, and you can grab and swing around at him. And he's really, really cool, high flying, like zip zoom around fight. And then you get him, you kill him, and cut off his head. Now, he is a boss, and he's a tough boss. And the way that bosses work in Sekiro is there's like a dot of health that you have to like get his health bar or his meter down, and then do a move to him, and that takes one of the dots off. And most bosses have 2 or 3 of these dots. This is a boss that only had 1. So you get him down, you do the move, it kills him, and you cut off his head, and the boss fight says, "Congratulations, you're awesome, you win." And anyone that's played a FromSoft game knows, like, no, I didn't.
That was too easy.
That was cool, but that's not how this works. And the game does all of the things to say the fight is over, you won. And just holds it for exactly the amount of time it took me to say, well, maybe and then he gets up as a ghost gorilla, picks up his head, and which is now magic, and has 2 more dots that you gotta fight down. And it was the perfect amount of time. They held the lie the exact amount of time it took you to even if you doubted it, to start to believe it. I don't know how they knew human reaction time that well. That I remember distinctly the feeling of like just starting to believe it, just starting to believe that the fight actually was over and I wasn't being lied to. Mm-hmm. And it's so smart. Point of this being, FromSoft knows how to make a boss.
Yep.
How many bosses have you fought in Elden Ring?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fought or beaten?
Let's just go fought. Because I mean that's actually tough for me because I've run into bosses in the world and said not yet, and actually that's actually happened a few times.
6.5. The half is something that didn't come up with a big old boss fight health bar, but it was a boss.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm at 5. I have a
I like
question.
yes.
There's a cave with like little like stone like gremlins that come at you in the early game. Did you go there?
Nope.
Okay. I think I fought the boss in that place, but I actually don't remember it because I wrecked it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I know which boss it was because I watched other people fighting that boss, and I'm like, did I fight that boss? I don't remember.
You were probably very sleep deprived.
Yeah, that's bad for memory, you know.
It is a little bit. You should sleep more and play less Elden Ring.
I did actually like not play on Tuesday because we streamed and it was like I'll probably not play tonight, even though I really want to play more. I got through the first proper dungeon and I'm in the second the second chronological zone, which means I've been to 3 zones because you've been to you got whisked away to Red, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so you visited Red. Actually, when that happened to me, I hung out in Red for a good long time. And I explored Red, and I was like, okay, all right, I can not die here a little.
I actually left ASAP because I was doing other shit.
Yeah. I was in, because I think I told you, like, my approach to it is, because, like, we all want to fight the bosses at, you know, at the proper time, and so they're, like, good and challenging and whatnot. I don't know, I heard one of the... Everyone I know is streaming it. Everyone I know on Twitch is streaming it or playing it.
Yeah,
it's like
there's
everyone.
3 people on my follow list playing it right now.
Everyone is either playing it or watching someone play it. You know, and it's awesome. It's great. It's I you know, like even for folks that aren't gonna play it, like it's just cool to have it out there and it's just be a zeitgeist in and of itself.
3 was out before you even started playing Souls, right?
Oh, Fable's avoiding the spoilers. Okay, I will not use that as an excuse to spoil the shit out of the game, but it's well, you know, I think we can tone it back from spoilers, but it's fine. The game is so dense. Like, go in and play it, and we won't spoil it for you. And if you want to lurk, that's fine. But that game is so dense that, like, I feel like everybody's having a different experience. Yo, Rich, what's up? Oh, so Rich hasn't even watched a bit of Elden Ring. Are you like what's your level of interest? Are you going to play it? Are you avoiding it? Do you not care? What are you at with that? But yeah, it sounds like Fable's gonna play it, so that's cool.
I kind of agree that, like, so I've gone into when I got into Souls right after 1. Like, 2 was on the cusp of coming out by the time I, like, hit my stride with 1. And so I went in, like, quote, spoiler free for everyone in the series. The only one where I think there was actually a quote spoiler to be had was Dark Souls 3. I think the idea, like, so it's similar. I'm not going to use this as an excuse to just spoiler it all up, but, like, I think the idea of, like, spoilers is a cultural zeitgeist thing that is absolutely real. I just don't think it really applies to Soulsborne games with how they tell their story, how they do their reveals, how they do their stuff. They're, like, I can think of one particular moment in 3, and...
Can you actually text me, like what moment you think of?
Pulling up our Discord so I can send secret messages.
Because I think, like, most of my favorite moments in 3 were things that, like, were pop-offs, where, the Abyss Watchers. When you get to that boss fight, and you slowly figure out, like, how that boss fight works. And it just it the more you fight that fight, the more you learn what they're doing and what's happening, and like without a word, without a written or spoken word, you just have this lore start to unfold on you. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't hit me quite so hard.
Hmm. They hint it before it happens.
That's true, and talking about the spoiler spoiler-ish that Kyle just texted to me, like, I think I had played Dark Souls 1, and I'd watched a Let's Play of Dark Souls 1, and I knew the lore pretty good, but I don't think it really struck me until later, and until, like, I really soaked it up. But, and again, this is going to be, like, really boring to talk about as we dance around it, but, like,
okay,
the final boss of 3 is actually, I think, the biggest one.
Dark Souls 3 has been out for a long time. I think we can safely do.
All right, okay.
Spoiler, like we did with Sekiro.
Do a 5 second count here. We're gonna talk some spoilers about Dark Souls 3. So 5.
Yeah. 4, 3, 2. Yeah.
We're good. Okay, yeah. So Anne Orlando happens.
Yes. And there's
like,
a couple of reasons why I think that hit me. Up until that point, it hadn't been properly confirmed to me that all of this took place in the same world.
In the same world?
Yes, like in the same timeline.
Okay, yeah,
So,
I think that's reasonable, especially considering what 2 is and was and did.
Yes, and there's some, like, there's returning characters and stuff in 3, but I wasn't convinced that it was the same place.
Do you know what, though?
What?
I just remembered the one that made me say, oh shit, holy fuck, oh my god, this is all the same world, was really early in the game.
Was it Andre?
It was Andre. I hear ting, ting, ting. I walk up to Andre and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I did not trust
old
that.
are you?
I did not trust him.
I 100% trusted that.
You want to know why I didn't trust him
Tell me.
being the same one? Patches. Because Patches is in all of them too.
But
that's also not clear if he's the same Patches.
Yeah.
Because Patches is also in Demon's Souls and in Bloodborne.
Yes. And there will probably be somewhere.
Was he in Sekiro? I don't know if he was in
I
Sekiro.
don't know of a Patches in Sekiro, but again, I never finished it, so I don't know.
But
do you know what is for sure in Elden Ring? The Moonlight Greatsword.
Of course it is.
Of course, that's been in every FromSoft game since Kingsfield.
Patches has actually been in more than the Soulsborne games too. They did like an Armored Core game. It might not have been Armored Core, but like a
Armored Core is a FromSoft title. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a guy named like Patch the Trusty or something like that. So yeah, Patches is that.
They love him. Miyazaki loves him more than Poison Swamps.
At any rate, the world is so big and so obtuse that I think it's because like I've had things said to me and you've said things to me, like specifically tried to explain the story to me, and me, who has played some of the game, just eyes rolled in the back of my head. I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about. And I think that is just sort of the nature of FromSoft games.
I cannot wait. Where are you at in the game?
So big bird knife castle. I am pretty sure I have found the final boss of that place.
Great.
Have not beat him yet. Just encountered.
Okay. Damn.
I also
there are things I want to talk to you about.
So
you have not yet encountered a roly-poly heavy set type who's in a bit of a pickle.
No.
Okay. All right. You have that particular situation. Have you encountered a dog in a Pope hat?
I have not encountered either of those. I will say, unless
I'm going to be
does the roly-poly situation have a normal number of arms?
I'm just going to abstain from giving any more details or answers on that because
Okay.
I chose my words very carefully, because both of those things that I just said are super misleading and include outright lies.
Okay.
But when you encounter things in the game, you will know what I'm talking about.
Okay. It's like I can think of a particular roly-poly thing I encountered, but he definitely didn't have a normal number of arms.
Which thing was that?
He had like a big cloth over him. He had about, I want to say, about 40 limbs in total. He was kind of rolling
Was he a boss?
around.
Was he a boss?
No.
Oh.
Mini
That.
boss,
Oh,
I'd say.
yeah. I arrowed that thing and I regret it so bad. I should.
Don't. It was a pain in the ass and not exactly fun.
Okay, because I saw that from a distance and I was like, I'm not gonna. I've got a good crossbow on me and a bunch of arrows that I got from farming for upgrade materials. So I'm just going to arrow you. Because he looked like a guy I didn't really want to fight legit.
He was kind of frustrating. I tried to cheese him, but I didn't have a bow or crossbow yet. I didn't have any sustainable range. I did throw a bunch of kukris at him, but it wasn't enough. And I did die, so I needed to do it manually.
No, I don't even remember where I got that freaking crossbow. It was I got it and I just had it around and the Firelink Shrine you can buy a bow and I haven't yet because that crossbow's been fine.
I like how you're doing the thing I do where you just
I did it.
terms.
I did that on purpose. It's a bonfire. It's Firelink Shrine. You're collecting souls because that's what it is.
Yeah. I do the same thing. So at one point we were talking about the stuff that we didn't mesh on, and I can say that right at the starting, the starting spot where there's a very clear path going forward.
Right.
That everything is leading you to do. Is where the horse guy I mentioned on Tuesday that I ran at nakedly with a club for about 3 hours until I finally beat him. Instead of going straight to explore, because that's the way I was supposed to go, I went right. And I kept going right, and then I just sort of curved around and eventually started going south.
So I've been hearing other people talk about this, and because the folks that are getting to us a point of grace, and the grace says go this way, and they're taking that as advice and going that way, are having a much more difficult video game experience. Hard mode is go straight to task at hand. Easy mode is explore and become powerful. And I think that's really the breakdown of how to... Do you want a challenging Dark Souls experience? Go where the light is pointing you now. Do you want an easier, more mellow experience? Explore and find cool shit. Because the cool shit will make you stronger.
To be fair, I was following a light. It just wasn't the first one shown to me. I started following the trail of the second one I found.
They do connect.
Well, yeah, but they were very clearly going different directions.
What?
Yeah. Hold on. Can you see my screen? I know I can't see yours, but...
I see you. Yeah, I see your Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Draw me a picture.
So if this is the start, this is the start where you go.
Yep.
There's it points there to there, and then there, and then all around, and then
Right.
Nice
That's
where to
yeah.
go.
Well,
Oh,
that's fine.
I went around this way, found one here, found one here, and then
That's where Golden Horse is. Yes.
Yes, and then it started pointing down and down.
Wait. I don't think I've been over there.
You haven't heard of any of the NPCs I met over there.
Yeah,
or at least you did yesterday.
No. I haven't gone there because I've been apart from my little teleport journey to Red Town, I've been following the path proper, and I'm in what I is very clearly like zone 2, and I've been exploring the shit out of that.
I definitely fought a thing that seemed like not top tier important, but like didn't feel like didn't exactly feel like a Lord of Cinder, but kind of like a pinwheel. I'm not sure if that actually is like an equivalent importance, but
y'all having fun listening to us talk like two motherfuckers that know our FromSoft really goddamn well, and being opaque as fuck even after we've given spoiler warnings on this shit.
This is fair.
Is this just great? Yeah, what am I thinking of? Like, okay, Zubats confirms yes, we are being entertained.
Okay. I do have a story I need to tell. So along that similar direction, I hung out with Loopy Fritz. We were summoning into each other's worlds and just palling around for a bit. We find a particular dungeon somewhere. And at this particular point, I'm summoned into Loopy. Loopy normally summons into me because Loopy's better at games and thus can like face tank a lot of shit so that I can live and we can succeed. But we did the other way around. We walk into this dungeon and, you know, explore around a little bit, and then there's just a treasure chest in a room. And Loopy Fritz starts walking towards it and says, "I bet this is trapped. I am following right behind him." And he falls through the floor, and the hole stops right at my feet. And he just plummets to the ground, is surrounded by enemies, starts screaming. And I'm cracking up, and the only thing I can think or verbalize is, I'm glad it wasn't me this time.
Do you want to hear the most disturbing thing I've heard about Elden Ring?
Sure.
There is at least
No, don't ignore me.
There is at least one hidden door that is the floor, and it's in the overworld.
Oh boy.
And you have to attack it. How will you know where it is? I don't know.
Probably a message saying, try here, and then another message saying, liar ahead.
Do you know what is the worst about that? Is that, like, it's, yes, the whole point of the message system is so that players can help each other by leaving messages that say, there may be a hidden door ahead. Do you know what the problem with Souls game players is? They think it's really funny to put that fucking message everywhere. Everywhere! It's useless.
You know,
except when it's useful, and then you're like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. You kind of have to take them all seriously.
Oh, well, I'll attack every wall that has one.
Yep.
I don't care. It doesn't have any negative... Oh, you wasted, like, a second of my time. Sinister something just cashed in Use a Wish and says, you will find it. I believe in you. May your wish find its way to fulfillment.
Yeah.
Sinister, right, go ahead.
No, just, now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sinister, I legit added that as a response to the good luck money hole that Doig Swift have. Where it's like, that's perfect. Just a completely useless, expensive point reward. Genius, Kyle. You need to do that. You legit need to do that because like you because I know you're trying to revamp your point rewards. You need whatever it is that you put your spectrum of point rewards, right? I highly recommend, like, every channel that does this, I think, is because it's Doig Swift, that's the only one. A few others have it, where it's just, like, something that's just, like, a stupid amount of points, and it's just, like, it's a point throwaway, where it's like, I have too many, there's nothing I really want, let me just do this for lols.
I mean, I kind of do have one.
What's it? What is it? What is your top? What is your...
The Address El Principe to make me wear a crab on my head for an unspecified amount of time.
That's still a thing, though. That's still like Squirrelheart has redeemed his wished. I wish that Kyle would make a high point reward.
Well, Squirrelheart, some wishes never come true.
No, the point is that it is expressly meaningless. But anyway, do what you want. It's your channel. You can do what you want. I didn't know that many people had saved up 10K.
I mean, like, let's see.
Kyle, what's Oh my God! Squirrelheart just made another wish. I wish twice, so I can ensure it comes true very soon. Squirrelheart, I hope that your wish finds its way to fulfillment. Kyle, what did you tell me about your character? What did you make? What are the name?
Let's see. Cassian Novak. I made a very Cass character.
Strong.
He's a spear boy. Started as a wretch.
Yes.
Let's see. A little bit of faith. I think I mentioned that, like, I got a halberd from the first boss that I wasn't supposed to fight that I fought. And it's my low-key goal just to build up so I can use that. We'll see where
many
it goes from
people
there.
have fought him and beat him, like, early on. Like, Luna, Any Create. This is her first Soulsborne game ever, and she just hit that guy's like, well, he's the first boss, better learn how to do it, and she totally did it. She got good and crushed it, and it's like, and like everyone's like expecting her to like flub on her first run through, but she knows how to game. She plays MMOs. She knows what a boss is. Yeah, she crushed it. So like, no, it's not the first boss.
Yeah.
Newbridge has made a wish. It's like, I wish to negate Squirrelheart's wishes. May your wish find its way to fulfillment, Newbridge.
A counter wish. But yeah, something Spear Boy is generally how I've gone.
Now the wish arms race has begun.
What about your character?
My character's name is Engris Thatch, Tarnished Wretch, Sister to the Rotted Wolf.
That's a very Game of Thrones name.
Boy, is it. Engris Thatch is just the name that I came up with off the top of my head, because I'll just make names that sound good. It's like blah 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 blah. Yeah, that sounds about right. And yeah, obviously Tarnished Wretch is pretty easy, but like when I got teleported to Red Zone and explored Red Zone, I found a ghost, and that ghost is broken bullshit. That ghost is stupid great. It is a rotted wolf. It is a wolf that has that inflicts buildup of scarlet rot.
Ooh.
I am an asshole right now.
Yeah.
I am like now it is not an instant boss win. I have to work. But if I can so basically, you pull out your ghost and your ghost will draw some aggro. But if I can split aggro between me and Doggo for long enough to get an infection of scarlet rot, that boss is going to die if I just stay alive. Mm-hmm. That poison it will not go away. And so far, most bosses have been vulnerable to scarlet rot.
I hear bosses are in general like a lot more status effects are a lot more effective anyways than they have been in previous FromSoft games, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I haven't been playing again like you said, like the counters are a little bit. I haven't mastered them yet, but I want to like get counterier, because one of my finest moments in Souls is walking up to Pontiff Sullivan and doing the 3 counter kill. The 3 riposte kill. That Pontiff Sullivan is a piece of shit. He is a piece of shit both as a boss that you have to fight and as a character in the world. I read some lore stuff that basically said this character in Dark Souls 3, Pontiff Sullivan, is the cause of all of the problems. And like all of
the cause of many of the problems.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say all.
Yeah, there are some problems that are systemic to this universe, but like a lot of the geopolitical climate that is occurring is
in the realm of man. In the realm of man, he is the cause of most of the problems. If you start getting cosmic, there's another person that's at fault for a lot of it.
Who is?
Gwyn.
Gwen he did start the problem. We didn't start the fire. It's been
Gwen
always
did.
burning since the first flame, and then Gwen kindled it, and then it just didn't die.
But what was I gonna say? I actually like Pontiff Sullivan is actually one of my favorite boss fights, and not just
Oh yeah.
because.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Uh, those of you who didn't know, my birth last name is Sullivan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do kind of dig that, but his fucking stand is so cool to me. Like just as a boss fight mechanic. To those who don't know, what he does halfway through his
Yeah, in Dark Souls 3 and actually in a lot of Elden Ring, bosses will get to about half-ish, and then they'll enter a second phase, a heat up, if you will. Go on.
It's a pretty solid Dark Souls thing, but yeah, for those who don't know, Sullivan in 3, when you get about halfway through his health, he summons a ghostly visage of himself that does all of the same moves at a slight delay, and that includes tracking. So, like, if you dodge one of the Pontiff's moves...
Another's coming at you.
Yeah, another's coming at you. And it's so aesthetically cool.
It's pretty dope. He is dope. He's cool. He's a great design. He's a lot of fun. He's very interesting and difficult and challenging and kind of an asshole. First time I fought him, it took me a while. It took me a while to figure him out. And then I found out that you could counter his shit, and I watched someone just do 3 riposts and kill him, because it turns out not only can you deflect his attacks, which blows him wide open, and then you stab him in his stupid fucking chest, he takes actual extra damage when you do it. and he is actually designed to be super vulnerable to counter to parry and riposte. And if you can get a parry and riposte, you can basically, if you have a halfway decent build, you can parry and riposte him 3 times and he is done. And it's like when I learned that, I went in and tried it, and it felt so fucking great. Kyle, Zubats would like you to look at your chat, because apparently you must now shill.